Oh dear, that was good.
Yeah.
Yep, it is 9:30.
It is 9:30. We're
welcome,
here.
welcome to
Welcome.
Stitch Along Friday.
Stitch Along Friday.
Yeah, I keep remembering it because boy, was the other name really engraved on
Yeah.
my brain. So Stitch Along Friday is because we're stitching along the entire year,
Yes.
and
Yes,
it's
we are.
all planned and
Yeah.
everything.
I have been stitching along, not on the stitch along, but I have been stitching.
Well, you sure don't have to join in the stitch along itself to be able to stitch along. Exactly. I hope you're all well and that this, what's the date today? 22nd.
Yes, it is the 22nd,
It's
isn't
good
it?
for you all.
Yes.
Happy Friday to you, Cynthia, Tenny, and Wanda. So
Yep.
I can never say, I'm just going to call
So
you by your
Callie.
first name. And I know, that's good. That's exactly what I should say. It's a little chilly for Kathleen today.
Oh.
Kathleen Yonts.
Well, it's a little chilly for us too, but our chili is probably a lot warmer than your chili. So.
Oh, big news for us here on the coast. We might get a sprinkling of snow this weekend.
We might, exactly, and I've already pre-planned that tomorrow morning I'm getting up going grocery shopping because they say it's supposed to be Saturday night. So
I know. I
I-
said to Richard the same thing.
Yeah.
We're going to get a snow day.
we're gonna get a snow day. I usually grocery shop on Sunday, but
I think it might be a better idea on Saturday.
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Donna Granger, it's rainy in Berkeley. Oh, it's sunny here.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Elizabeth says hello.
Hi,
Hello
Elizabeth.
to you. Mary Woodrowitz is here. Hi, guys. Good evening to two of my favorite people.
Thanks, Dory.
Oh, that is sweet. You are one of our favorite people, too. And I hope that someday soon we'll see each other again.
Yes, yeah.
One of my friends said to me, "Are you still doing the holiday, the Victoria Sampler holiday here in Victoria?" And I said, "Not yet, that's
No.
for sure." Now, am I ever glad we didn't set that
I
up
know.
last year?
I know, exactly. I mean, we were thinking of having it in April of this year, but I never signed the hotel contract
Oh,
or,
thank goodness.
yeah, although we had until January to cancel.
To decide, yeah, but still.
But still.
It's a lot of trouble to
Yeah.
go through everything, and then you find out, oh, sorry.
Exactly, and they
Can't do
also
it.
wanted like a huge deposit too.
Oh, probably,
Yeah.
I guess, because they'd already realized it
Yeah.
was maybe touch and go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. There's Kathy Bird. Anyway, we'll be
Yeah.
next year for sure.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to be better by next
Well,
year
that's,
for
yes,
sure.
yeah.
And she also mentioned, well, maybe you should do a virtual retreat.
I mentioned that too.
You've mentioned
You
that.
mentioned that.
And the problem that I have personally is not only how to do it, but then to actually set it all up. It's all new to me.
True,
So-
exactly, and it would have to be both ways. So we'd have to set up video chat with the members and all that. So,
We might do one that isn't that is free,
oh, we could try that.
or nominal entry fee.
Yes,
So that we actually have people that we know are coming.
yes.
That's a thought.
It's a thought.
Has anybody got any other good ideas? I know some of you are part of embroidery guilds.
Yes, that do Zoom meetings.
They
Yes.
do meetings,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never seen one that has like, what do we limit it to? 60 people?
Is that all?
100 people? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have no
Mhm.
idea how many people would even come or be there
Yeah.
this year. So I guess maybe we need a little bit of a poll.
You like polls.
I think we
Yeah.
should ask a poll. How many of you would come to a virtual retreat?
We may have people already, suggesting things.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
so let's read this. Okay, so Kathy Bird is here. Sorry, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy,
I was
yeah.
still thinking about the retreat. Elizabeth said she's finished her January stitch along.
Yay.
Which is good for you because you weren't going to stitch at all this year.
That's right, and I saw that she got her mojo back, so
Yes, she
that's
did.
awesome.
Isn't that great? Suzanne Healy, good morning.
Good morning.
And everyone watching. Roxy Cobrook, good morning, ladies. Janet says good morning. Good morning to both of you. Susanna is here
Susanna,
with
yeah.
lots of hearts and love. Patricia Reynolds says it's snowing in Nova Scotia. I would imagine it's snowing just about everywhere in the northern hemisphere,
Probably, yeah.
but not here.
Not here.
It's
no.
sunny. Sunny and blue skies with a few clouds.
But it is a little on the chilly side this
A little
morning.
chilly,
Yeah.
yes. I haven't been out yet, so. Good morning, Pandora. You're gonna get some snow there too in Virginia.
Yeah.
Vicki Fisher is here. Joanna Fusion, who's on? Good morning from Tennessee. No snow there, I bet.
Oh, they can have snow there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Loretta's here. Doris Dieners is here. Hello, ladies. Sun is finally shining in Oakville, Ontario. Yay. Yes, next week.
Next week.
You're absolutely right. Somebody mentioned that I wouldn't do it until February 1st. But I think that we're just going to anticipate February because it's a short month anyway this year.
Yeah.
So, or any year. So I think that it's better if we start at the end of, I think it's the 26th or something. What's 22 plus 7 is 29.
29. Yes.
Okay, I can add.
Next Friday, 29.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of February 5th.
I'll start then, but I won't remove the old one, because I promised,
February.
until the morning of February 1st. So there you go. So you've got a little bit of
crossover.
overlap.
Yeah.
That's right. Doris says it's finally snowing. Good morning from cold, sunny Chicago area. Thank you, Sandy. Nice to see you. Margie Ken. Am I saying that right? Because sometimes I can't see very well.
I think that's what it is.
Margie Ken.
Yeah.
Okay, from Florida. Mary Woodruff's having a fantastic day. Oh, a little dog. Honestly, puppies and kittens and all those lovely, lovely beings, they just make our lives so nice, don't they?
They do, and then they grow up, but they're even more fun when they grow up. So.
But then they grow up. Well, that's true, they do.
They do grow up.
That's the thing. I like them when they're puppies and kittens. Mind you, that's when they're really up to mischief, aren't they?
Well, that's right, exactly. That's when they chew on things. So.
Margie Wees is here. Taffy's here. Hello to all of you. Tina Kuipers is here. And Tina Kuipers, I am also Dutch, and I think you might know that. So, goeiedag.
Yeah.
Donna van Boxel, good afternoon from Ohio. Jean Morrison, good heavens, look at all the people we've got. Paulette.
Wow.
I can't say everybody as quickly as they're coming in. Jennifer Chung is here. Margie Ken says it's Margie, but I share Facebook with my hubby. Oh, okay, gotcha. Good day to you too, Serena Dubé. I just love the fact that people come and say hello because then we can see that you're here.
Absolutely.
No pressure though.
Yeah.
If you're not going to say hello, that's understandable. Because some people just like to stay incognito.
Absolutely.
Secret.
Yes.
Secret lurkers.
Yeah, I'm kind of a secret lurker.
Hey, you kind of are, aren't
I
you?
do say, some things every once in a while, but other than that, I really don't do a lot through my Facebook page. I don't post a lot through there. But, I like to come and visit the VS chat. So I do say something, but not a lot.
No, when you comment, it's usually, well done, or good for you, or
that's
beautiful.
Right. I keep it short.
Really short.
Kind of like my phone conversations, too. I keep them short, so.
That's really good. Kathy Bird, thank you for
you.
the number. Carol says, snowy in New York. Sandy's here. Hello, Sandy Rubitsky. It's good to have you. Marley Coco and Jennifer Gowan. Love Lisa's top. I do too. It's
thank you.
So cozy.
It's my nice and cozy top, and being it's a little on the cool side today, I thought I should put something cozy on.
Yes, and we feel very gray together.
Yeah.
It's not a gray day, but it feels like it was gray clothing weather today. That's a really nice personal comments. So what have you been up to this week?
Oh, all sorts of things. But I have been working on a Grateful Heart in the layout, and I'm about halfway through now. So
I thought you were all the way through the chart.
The chart's done.
Exactly.
But it's halfway through writing the instructions and doing the diagram.
That takes time.
That takes time.
Yeah, because the chart also takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So actually, you're more than halfway through.
I guess, I'm more than halfway. I feel it's halfway when the instructions are halfway done.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, but when usually you would keep the chart and do it at the same time as your instructions.
Usually I do both at the same time. I don't know if the way I've done it this time is any faster than.
But how does it feel? Is it nice to have this chart all ready to go?
It's nice to have the chart done and in place in the leaflet. So that part's done because usually I do that at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of nice to do it at the beginning.
Well, we try, our little systems of when we do things. I find that I group small things together, then I keep on going with the small things, and then I do something else that's similar. I find that an easier, like what you're doing. I find that a bit easier on my head. Maybe it's just a psychological thing.
Yes.
I don't know.
And then I also have done editing of 2 different videos. So that was kind of nice to get that done this week.
She's a
as well.
good girl.
Yeah.
She's learning how to edit in what's it, in
Premiere.
Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and it was so fun to learn. But when you don't know where everything is and all because there's various different ways that you can edit a video, and you can put so many things in if you want to.
Yeah.
So we were trying to keep them short and nice.
Exactly.
And easy and quick.
That's right.
So you'll see all of our stitch videos on YouTube, and mainly it will have been Lisa who edited my work. So I would be stitching, and Lisa edited and put music and everything. So isn't that great?
It's fun.
She's beginning to like it.
I'm beginning to like it. The first couple of times going, I have no clue what I'm doing here. But I think I actually have a clue now.
I think you do too. It doesn't take too long.
No.
But you have to have some practice.
Absolutely. Yes.
And anyway, when you're editing a video, you can start to think to yourself, okay, now I like that music, that goes with that stitch, kind of. And then you can get a little creative, not too creative, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Beverly Fleming's here. She got here finally, she says. And we've got 50 people here.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. So you are always the one that sets up the new stitch of the week.
The stitch of the week this week.
I see all these models. Looks really
yeah,
nice.
exactly. And it's, I mean, I like this stitch. I know a lot of people don't. But the stitch of the week this week is the French knot. And I find it's quite an easy stitch to execute. And it can be done with floss, it can be done with pearl cotton, it can be done with silk ribbon. So you can use all sorts of different threads to work it. But it is a very old stitch. Yeah.
It was used actually sometimes just to create, like cross stitches do now, to create pictures.
Create pictures, absolutely. Yeah.
And it also says here on your little notes that it's also called the knotted stitch,
Exactly.
which sounds very old-fashioned.
Yeah, or a French dot. So.
Oh, look at Karen Krause says, good morning all. Yes, I would attend a virtual retreat. In fact, I've already signed up for a virtual workshop at the end of the month in my local needle workshop, and I have attended several already. Virtual has its pros and cons, but it helps keep connected. Zoom is the virtual track. Thank you, Karen Krause. That is extremely helpful. Thank you. So I will look for Zoom and see what I can do with it.
See what we can do.
Yeah. So I don't know how many people can get on at one time. That's the big question. Without it being completely like so that there's so many people that no one can actually
say anything.
Yeah, or that you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can just do a trial one and just see how it works if we get the time.
Yes.
We do need to have
It's
time.
finding the time, yes. But maybe we should shove everything else off.
Hey, no, I want to finish my videos.
That's true. Yes.
That's what I've been doing this week is I've been making videos, and what I mean making, I've been shooting the videos for the other 3 levels of the Beyond Cross Stitch classes in our academy. We have the first 3 levels, but we need the next 3 levels, which involve hem stitching and pulled thread and hardanger, both beginner and advanced. So it is really a lot of work, a lot of work. I started before Christmas, and I am now doing the last one in level 5, and then I've got all the complicated stitches in level 6 to go through.
Yes.
And each one of them then each one of all of that teaching has to go into one video so that it can be shown as a lesson in our academy. And so, okay, I really worked hard this week.
Yeah, you have. And I think there was a question from...
Yeah, I'm going back.
Yeah, you're going back, okay.
Thank you, Mary. We love our flowers too. And Kathy Monk is here. Serena, where's the place to find silk ribbon? You know, in the old days when we first started with silk ribbon, we could find it pretty much anywhere, and there were several places that...
Absolutely. Most needlework shops would carry it. I think at one time even Michael's carried it. But
I didn't know where you'd find it. Where did you find it?
Where now I think the best place is probably do Google.
Well, there's a thought.
Yeah.
And where do we get our silk ribbon? Like there's a distributor that we use to get some silk ribbons.
Well, I mean, silk ribbon you can get from a company called YLI Corporation. They do a lot of the solid colors. But, places like Dinky Dyes,
They dye their own.
they
silk
dye their
ribbon.
own. So it's kind of over dyed. Same with Gloriana Threads. They also do
They
a
dye
silk ribbon.
theirs, yeah.
And it's also an over dyed silk ribbon. And then the other place is Treenway Silks.
So those are three manufacturers, like they're dyeing their own thread, silk ribbons.
Yeah.
So I don't know which shops you would go in because they're not retail. Those people that we talked to.
I don't believe any of those people are retail, but there again, if you search on Google, you might be able to find a place where you can purchase it.
I was thinking that it could be the haystack people. What's it?
Needle in a Haystack
Needle in a
in
Haystack.
California,
But
that
she's
would be one
extremely-
place.
Yeah, she's extremely good at all these various threads.
Absolutely. The other place could be 123 Stitch.
Yes, they're also excellent
They're-
at having as much as they possibly can.
Absolutely. Or ABC Stitch Therapy would be another one.
Yeah, I would,
Yeah,
anyway, I would guess
that would
more
not-
going to a specialty shop rather
Yes.
than ABC, which is more a general.
A general, yeah.
That's why I mentioned the one in California first. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
We're not sure exactly where to find them for you to find them. We know a little bit about wholesale. Kathy says, I have done a few virtual classes and had fun. Great. And Beverly says, 100 on at a time. Thank you,
Yep.
thank you, thank you. That's exactly what I needed to know.
Yep.
So it was 100.
Yeah, it was 100.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, and Beverly loves Zoom. Okay, good. Loretta says, I've done some virtual retreats too, and they were fun. So glad Thea got her enthusiasm back for creating designs. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, for sure. I'm getting there. Serena says, make sure you charge for the retreat. You need to make some money, okay?
Will do. I have no problem.
Well, since I don't know what I'm doing yet, I may not charge that much, that's for sure. But
we'll see.
We'll find out. Oh, you're going to charge. I am not actually in charge of charging. Lisa's in charge of charging.
We'll see, what it costs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
I've been to a virtual class with a teacher for a full day. Worked out well. Our little group also meets every week. Yes, a little group I can kind of see. I'm not very practiced.
We might limit the first one to, say, 30 or something like
I
that.
don't know. We're going to have to find
We'll
out.
have,
That's the thing. People with experience with 100, maybe you can email me at thea@victoriasamper.com, and then you can tell me whether everyone got to, there was no loss of picture quality, because I'm thinking the more people are on Zoom,
could be
the more muddy all of the cameras are, or whatever. Anyway, so it would be good to hear from you if you do have some information.
Yeah.
And Gail Stetler is here. It wasn't connecting for you right away. But you're here. Marge says, I buy some basic silk ribbon from threadart.com. There you go, some answers. And the Kathy Bird goes to Treenway. I've ordered from Needle in a Haystack. Yes,
Yeah.
I think that Kathy, is extremely helpful, and she is also part of this group,
Yes.
as far as I know. This,
Kathy Ray.
yeah, Kathy Ray.
Yeah.
She actually occasionally jumps in with an
Yes.
answer.
Yes.
Once in a while, she used to. I don't know if she's still doing that, but she's very well versed in knowledge of all of the products. Even if she doesn't carry it in her shop, she'll be able to help you. And 123 are too, right?
Yes.
Maybe
I
not as
believe-
specialized.
Maybe not as specialized, but.
Juliet McDonald just joined in. Any tips using rayon threads? Well, first of all, we never use rayon threads, so there you go. That's my tip.
Yeah.
I find them just too fly away.
Yeah.
But if you have to, there is
You could probably use beeswax.
beeswax, yes, to make them lie flat,
Yeah.
because they just have so much
they
static.
have some spring to them. Yeah.
And the other
Yeah.
thing you could possibly, use as well is just to wet them a little bit. But
Yeah.
people who use rayon threads are usually using Brazilian
embroidery.
Brazilian embroidery. So you might look that up, Google, and find out there, because we don't have any experience with rayon.
No.
They are terribly shiny,
Yeah.
like almost like fake shiny for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
the natural and
Yeah.
the organic, like silks and cottons and that kind of thing. So no offense, but some manufacturers have a list of retail stores they use. That's a really good
Yep.
idea.
Absolutely.
So I hope that helps, Juliet. Good morning, says Kate Burzuk. She's here. We have 57 people.
Thanks, Loretta.
And Brenda Flyer is here. That's lovely. It's good to see you too.
So we're going to get back to the French knot?
Yes, we are. We just went off topic.
We did, exactly.
But let's see what else is on here. Is there anything else?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the French knot dates back, and was used a lot in China so it dates back to 3rd to 5th century.
Isn't that
So
something?
that's old.
That's for sure.
That's old stitching.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think that they're used quite often in not just old samplers, but also in crewel work.
In crewel work,
A lot,
absolutely.
like with wool threads and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
I think there was something else here. Oh, as far as the French knot is concerned, first of all, the French knot will be on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely, yes.
Done once
Yeah.
only, okay? And if you want to know anything more about them, you can always take our classes in our academy.
Exactly, and this one is from Beyond Cross Stitch, level 2, and it's number 3.
Mhm.
And the design it's used in is
I'll
called
show you.
Boughs of Holly, and I'm just going to show right up there.
And you can see the little French knots. They're
Yeah.
all right there in amongst the little fir boughs. So
Exactly.
they're very tiny. It's very difficult to see those.
Very
We
difficult.
do have some models, and one of them is the French knots are done in silk ribbon.
That's right, exactly. And so I did this many years ago, and I turned my little stitching into a pillow.
I think this is so adorable. Here, let's see the stitching part, because that was your quilt part.
Yeah.
This is so cute, and actually, you've made some more pillows like that too.
Exactly,
And
and
look at this; it's even got
it's
like
a little
pocket.
sleeve.
Oh,
No, it's just a sleeve with the pillow in it.
It is so
Yeah.
cute. Look at the back; it's got the most wonderful backing.
What's great about making it into this type of pillow is you can just use scraps,
Yeah,
scrap
exactly.
material.
I really
Yeah.
like the way you've got this checkerboard.
Yeah.
And that could even go all the way around or
It
something
could,
like
absolutely.
that. That was a really nice
Yep.
one that you did. And I wish you brought the other ones too, but maybe next time.
I thought I'd bring them kind of one at a time when we do the stitch. I'll bring the next one.
Okay, sounds good.
So, anyways, here's some of the models we have for the French knot. And I have a feeling this is actually a colonial knot, but you can use a French knot anyway.
I doubt whether I use colonial knots because I rarely do. But you may have made them into a colonial knots on the
I'll have to look at it.
in the pattern.
Exactly, yeah.
But either way, they're knots. So
Yeah, they're
colonial
knots.
or French.
Exactly, and they're done in silk ribbon. I'm just trying to find where they are. Of course, they're down in this band right here.
Yeah, that's the one where you see the most.
That's right, but they're also up in the gazebo too. You can see a couple of knots.
Exactly. I'm just going to go a
Go a little bit
closer
closer?
so that
I
people
can't
can
see where I am.
I know,
so-
and I can, so I'm
Yes.
helping.
Yeah, thank you.
Because you're the one who prepared all this. And that is, you can see some of the little tiny flowers. Those are our French knots, in my opinion, because that's what I usually use.
This design is called Gazebo Roses. And you actually were designing this when I started working for you almost 24 years ago.
In 1997?
In 1997.
I love this part where near God's heart in the garden. Sorry for
Yeah.
shaking a little bit. There we go.
It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
And the little tiny roses in the hardanger. I wanted to show you all of it because it just keeps coming and coming and it's all coordinated. In fact, I really like this one.
I really like that
I
one
like
too.
this one a lot.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So then,
Should we? Oh, we're going to put that one on sale next week.
next week?
Yeah, the reason is because this week we're putting on Kathy's Designs on sale. I'm
Mhm.
just making the flyer now, and all of Kathy Jean's designs are going to be on sale. Whoa, 10% off. So those of you who are love her designs, and there are plenty of people who do, you're going to be real happy because this weekend, 10% off. Yay!
And the next one
Mhm.
is Cottage Garden.
There you go. Did you want me to show these up?
Sure.
Because that way, because you're a little bit farther away than I am,
am.
right? So Cottage Garden has, guess what? French knots,
Yes.
flowers. Actually, there now it's nicely in focus. And Loretta says there we have 62 people. Tammy used colonial knots for her snowman eye on the January block. Good for you.
Yep.
And Barbara Lutomerska says that's a beautiful sampler. This, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And this little cottage garden is also really cute.
Absolutely.
Much smaller.
It was fun to stitch. I really like doing the cottage part of it.
Yes,
Especially the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you know this or not, but it took me 3 tries.
I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you?
Oh yeah,
To
I
get
remember.
the stitch right.
To get the stitch right. So this one is Seaside Garden.
Good. And Seaside Garden has French knots, but where? You'll have to see. I'm not sure. There are some stars, sea stars.
I think they're hard to see because they're on top of cross stitches.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. See I think they're the.
Oh yeah, there they are, the little flowers.
Yeah.
There, I think you got it sort of almost in focus.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not so easy to see.
And this is Strawberry Garden here.
Here we go. Hopefully I'll be able to hold this as
Yeah.
long as it needed. And the Strawberry Garden, no, what's it called?
Strawberry Fields.
After the old Beatles song.
I pulled this one out again last night and started stitching on it again. I'm still at the very top. I started it last year.
Oh,
So
that's right, you did,
Yeah.
didn't you? Strawberry Fields is full of strawberries. And where are the French knots? I'm looking.
and I'm working on it because the tassel I started January 1st, I pulled out fabric threads and I'm not too happy with it.
Uh-oh, you sound a little disgruntled.
I'm a
Where is
little
the-
disgruntled. One should never cut when they're tired. And I've said this many times and yet I did not follow my own.
Always tell people not to cut.
Right in the middle of the daisy flowers.
Okay, if you guys could see this
Yeah.
and spot this on the way down, I'm not sure.
I
that you could.
had to look for it and I
Let's
even
see,
had to
where
grab
are
my
they?
glasses.
Where are the, oh, there's the daisy flowers right
Yes.
there.
They're the center of the daisy flowers.
Of the white ones.
Yeah, of the white ones. There's the little yellow dots.
I have to laugh, because trying to show French
I
knots
know.
is just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And so Tulip Terrace.
Go on, I'm actually just
Yeah.
gonna check and make sure that, we're not missing anything. Gazebo Rose are beautiful. Deborah Brandt says her colonials come out neater than French, and that can happen.
Yep, absolutely.
I've done so many French and colonial that I find that all of them come out slightly differently, but nice. And colonial knots often come out
Slightly bigger.
slightly bigger, exactly. So don't use them for eyes and things
Yeah.
like that. And it's raining in New Zealand. Hello, says Norma. Norma Farrow is here. That's lovely. Maricel Fogarty is in New Zealand, and thank you for joining us. Kate Berzak, of course, is here, and she loves it.
Doing French
Doing
knots.
French
I
knots.
love doing French knots too.
So Deborah Brandt has a good question. When would you use colonial versus French? We kind of already mentioned it.
Yeah, you would use a colonial one. You want a larger knot. So like the lazy daisy flower. You probably could use a colonial knot in the center of that instead of a French knot. But
The idea, actually, from our point of view, is that the French knot is created differently. So when
Yes.
you're actually creating the French knot, you have one side that is tied down.
yes,
Whereas with the colonial knot, you make a little figure eight around your thing, and it actually is rounder
yes,
in a way.
Yes,
And
it
there's
is.
no one
Yeah.
thread tying it down.
tying it down.
The
Yeah,
whole thing is like a little cluster.
Yeah.
Some people prefer colonial knots all the time because
Yeah.
they're easier for them. You're basically using your needle, and for very soon, as soon as we do the colonial knot show on Show
Yeah.
and Tell on our YouTube channel, you'll see the difference. But the French knots you can make very tiny,
yes.
and I
You
love
can.
using like one strand.
One strand for French knots makes them actually would be perfect as eyes
Yes.
on snowmen and whatever else.
Exactly, and often you have to make sure that when you're coming up, don't come down in the same hole.
Yes,
Because our linen is way too porous.
Yeah.
So always come down in an adjacent hole, okay? When
Yes.
you're doing French knots, that
absolutely.
way you have a chance of having them stand up.
That's right. Otherwise, they'll just pull right through the linen threads.
Exactly. I hope that helps, Deborah. Thank you for your question. And Kathy likes colonial knots, and so does Donna. And
Yeah.
Loretta uses petite beads, and that's fine.
Which you can do, absolutely.
My colonial knots come out neater than French. That's
Yeah.
right. Thank you about that, Suzanne Healy. Gazebo Roses was one of those ones that just flowed. It was a
Yeah.
lovely, lovely experience for me too. Linda says the pillow is so cute. And which pillow? Are we talking about the little tiny one that Lisa made?
That one?
Yes,
There
that's
we go.
probably the one. And Tammy says, I used bowling knots for my snowman. Good.
Yep.
Thank you, Loretta, for 62 people. Yay! And let's see, Kathy Mugg says she loves the gazebo roses, and Wanda loves her cottage garden. I
Yep.
do too.
Oh yes, cottage garden was so fun to stitch.
Exactly. I often have trouble with the first knot or two, and then they seem to be easier.
It's getting the
point.
practice level.
Yeah, and the other thing is,
Yeah.
as far as technique goes, if you can put your linen in a frame of
Yes.
some sort, so it's not just floppy,
Yeah.
so it's actually being held, and then put that either in a frame holder or on a pillow, then you have both hands free.
Yes,
French knots are easy when you have both hands free.
absolutely.
Okay, when you're stitching in hand, trying to do a French knot is a lot harder.
Yeah.
So if anybody's had problems because you're stitching in hand, try putting the whole thing, even if it's not in a frame, but it's easier in a frame.
Yeah.
Put it on a pillow, on top of the pillow, and then you've got your both hands free. You don't have to hold the fabric,
Mhm.
and you can hold the thread of the French knot
Yes.
making needle
Yeah.
instead. Okay, Marcy Smith is here, and there's 65 of us here today. This is so good. You're welcome, Deborah Brandt. Now it's ready for the next little show and
next-
tell.
One is Tulip Terrace, and it also has French knots. I love the sampler, and it's great to stitch this time of year.
Actually, it's going to be great, and very soon.
Very
Very
soon.
soon it will be springtime. And
And the colonial, or the French knots are down on the cottage, actually.
okay, so I'll go down to the cottage, and then you can put your finger in there and show where are
Well,
they?
I think you can tell where.
In there somewhere?
Yeah,
Oh, they're
right
on
there.
they're on the
Yeah.
outside of the cottage.
Yeah, right there. Sorry.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're showing. And of course, I've got my Dutch windmill in this picture because got to do a windmill once in a while. That actually, Tulip Terrace is one of my favorites because of the windmill and the
Absolutely.
colors
And
the
the colors are
tulips.
beautiful.
Mhm.
But the whole series of these little cottages or houses are so cute. Like this one, Hydrangea House, is a companion to it, and the French knots are actually the hydrangeas.
There we
Right
go.
there.
Now we can see them. That's really cool.
And it's also a very beautiful sampler.
It's funny, those little ones were really quick to do,
Yes.
but they have the same emphasis. If you look at them closely, they have the same amount of work in them that a larger one does.
Mhm.
So you could maybe even, because they're the same size, you could put them all in one
Ab-
long sampler.
absolutely.
Wouldn't that be
Definitely,
lovely?
that would look really nice.
Mark Ulan says, our embroidery guild in Florida is having several classes by designers. There were so many members that wanted to participate. They had to do a lottery drawing for each class.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, they seem to be quite
Huh.
popular.
Huh.
That sounds really good. Good morning from cloudy Arizona, hoping for some rain.
no.
Kathy Marone. Maria White says, I always hated French knots until I took a Teresa Lehman class a year ago. Now I love them. See,
Yeah.
when you learn how to do them well,
Absolutely.
then you practice a little bit, and then they're fine.
Yeah.
Then they don't really bug you anymore. The only stitch that still bugs me is picots.
Yes.
Tell them what happened to
Oh
me
yeah,
this week.
Thea was doing the video for the picots from Beyond Cross Stitch Level 5, and had to do it more than once. She stitched it all, unpicked it all, stitched it all again.
It was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not ashamed to say that I did kind of fudge the class a little bit. Even though I did the technique correctly, it didn't work out nearly as well as I thought it would. But then I fiddled around with the little picot in the end, and I made it bigger so that it could be seen. But it didn't flip out like it's
Yeah.
supposed to. Anyway, I just have to be completely honest and tell you, hopefully you'll know how to make picots.
That's right.
I show you how, but anyway. Margaret Hardy says she loves the Dutch feel of Tulip Terrace. Thank you. Linda says, I love the little windmill. Oh my gosh, those French knot hydrangeas are gorgeous. Yes, you
Yes.
must make some, for
Yes.
sure, Linda. It's a good idea. Brenda says she likes picots. Okay, Brenda, can you send me a video of how you do your picots? Wouldn't that be good?
It would.
Brenda, you can teach me, okay? I'm not, and Donna, you can teach me also. I can't believe it. I just can't make them, and I have tried and tried.
They are fiddly.
Tried and tried, and I
Yeah.
can make French knots fine.
Yeah.
but
No,
not
Picots are fiddly.
They are, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to have a loop, so that's
Yeah.
probably why I want that loop to be
Yes.
flat, not sticking up.
I mean, I haven't done them for a long time, but I remember what I think I used a toothpick
Right.
and had that in there while I'm doing it until I got, the thread secured enough, and then I pulled the toothpick out and moved on.
I did that with a needle
Yeah.
on my class.
Yeah.
At the end there,
Mhm.
and it still didn't work.
Yeah, it still didn't work. They are fiddly darn things. That's all I can
Well,
say.
I think if I had to make like hundreds, so I've already
Yeah.
if you're into it and then you start
Yeah.
making more and more and more.
Absolutely. By the time you get to the last one, they'd be better than the first one. So
Oh,
you
I
might have to
think so.
start again.
Nope. I might improve that class after I finish the entire series,
Yes, and go back and revisit that one.
because all the other filling
Yeah.
stitches I can do with
Mhm.
my eyes shut.
Yeah.
And that one is just confounds me.
Yes,
So that's okay. We all have something.
we do. Yes.
No problem. All of my students are going to go, nah, I can do them better than you can.
So-
You got one more model?
One more model, and this is called Cherry Blossom Cottage.
Uh-huh. And where are they? Oh, they're on the cottage again.
They're on
aren't
the
they?
cottage again and in the tree.
I have a typical, oh yeah, the tree is full of blossoms. And that's French knots.
Yes.
Actually, this spring one that's called Cherry Blossom really is very cute too,
Yes.
now that I see it up close.
Absolutely.
Really cute. Spring's begun. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Yeah.
I like looking at things like, I haven't just finished this.
Yeah.
It was a while
It
ago.
was a while ago.
And then I look back
With,
at it.
with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
I think those would be really good done as those blocks. Like we did
Oh,
the
yes,
other
yes, like
little
the other-
cottages. I think if you did all four of them as, of course, larger blocks,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Larger blocks. And even,
top folds would work too.
yes, thank you. Thank you for the words. You finished
Yeah.
my sentence. Thank you, thank you. I feel like lazy daisies. Thank you, Linda. That's great. So those are all the models you
Those are
have.
all the models I have for French knots. I could have gathered, so many more.
Look at how many. That's how many more. I love using French knots.
And I didn't even write all of them down, so,
I don't know why you wrote so many down.
Well, I was kind of trying to get a theme of what I wanted to look for, so I think I did that. But,
Yes, but in any
but
case,
you're right, I
thank
didn't
you.
need to write all of them down.
Thank you for
But-
the attempt.
But it just kept on going and going and going, and it's like, okay.
Thank you for getting it all ready for us. That's
You're
really
welcome.
good. And Linda likes the weeping willow in that one too.
Yes,
Thank
me
you.
too.
Yes, it's
Mhm.
very cute. So can we put this over here?
You can, yeah.
Okay,
I
and
can-
this one
I can-
over there.
I can put a lot of it over here.
Watch this.
Maybe.
And then can you put this there?
Sure.
And then this there.
Okay, fine. You're such a pain.
And I've got a few more here.
Yep, thank you. I know where to put all of them.
I'm sorry, I'm being very silly.
You're being a pain.
Yeah, I'm being silly and annoying. Remember in New Year's, I had some problems with my thumb, and I said that I would get back to you guys about what I ended up doing. I went to a hand clinic, and I went to physio first, and that wasn't really that focused on my hand. Then I went to the hand clinic, which was good. I think I told you about the brace that I've got, which looks like this and fits like this. I may or may not have shown this to you. I can't
I
remember.
can't remember.
So it's like this, and the problem that I have is that when I'm picking something up, which obviously helps, when you're doing needlework, or when I'm holding anything like this, I use the second knuckle, or whatever this is called, the second joint, and this totally protects it. So this whole brace thing is not just to protect it, but also to teach my hand to pick things up in a better way.
Yeah.
Rather than this way, I'm picking things up this way. Not like that,
Yeah.
but like that. And it really makes me do that. So it's actually physiotherapy for my hand, which is remarkable. So this one is really cool. If you want to know any more information, I will put the info at the end of this, all the comments. If you're interested in the name or I've seen them on Amazon as well, but they were recommended to me by the physio person. And the back is like this, and you can wear this whole thing by doing dishes or anything. It doesn't
And you've got two of them, don't you?
Yes,
You've got
one
for each
hand.
hand?
Yeah, you have to buy a left and a right.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't inexpensive, but it was not that bad either. And they have been, my hand is like 100% better just in the last 2 weeks. And then the other thing is, and I know you guys will love this. Have you seen these guys before?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, this, you can get any different kind. This one's called Zenzation by Athletics. It's got a ball on the surface of it that rolls. And what you basically do, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, there you go. So you do this.
Oh, okay.
Because guess what? This joint down,
Yeah.
joint down here goes all the way to your elbow. So massaging this entire tendon, I think, or tendon and muscles has been incredibly helpful also. So I do it all up and down both arms in the evening when I'm not stitching, when I'm watching TV or whatever, and I just rub this on fairly, tough, and my whole hand feels better the next day. So there you go.
You're not an evening stitcher, really, are you?
No, I love what Jennifer Gowan says. Picots are Thea's kryptonite.
Yeah, that's true. They are.
That also presupposes that I'm somehow super. So thank you.
And Sandy says they're meant to be eliminated, which I tend to agree.
I know that they're fun, and when you can do them, it must be really fun to do them. So include them in all your stitching if you can do them.
If you like them, continue to do them.
Correct. And they do look cute.
But they add such a nice lacy effect to the heart hanger. They're just
For any heart hanger, it makes it look just a little bit more lacy.
Definitely.
Jennifer Gowan wanted to have some information on my thumb brace, and I will definitely do that. I'll type it in at the end of this, the comments. I think it was called Push. So if you look up under, because I looked it up earlier, under Amazon, for me it's amazon.ca, but for you it's amazon.com most likely. Look under thumb brace, and then you scroll down and you'll find one that's called Push. And the entire brace is not very big. Mostly those thumb braces are bigger. This is very little and doesn't impede your activity too much. Oh, not at all. Not at all with stitching. Kathy Marone, I'm not sure if it's good for tendinitis, but this will be. This is really good for tennis elbow and tendinitis, like you said. I'm always surprised when a picot turns out.
I'm surprised too. I tend to agree with that one.
I agree with that one too. I did want to also mention that the people who have participated in the January design, well done.
Absolutely.
It's so beautiful. All the different ideas and one little doggy, which I mentioned. Remember, was it one in the dog sampler? And also, I remember seeing someone put none of the stitches at the top because she just didn't want to, or the fabric was too dark or whatever, and she just put a few little sprinklings in.
Absolutely, yes, I got that one too.
There's so many different ways, and you can put, like, I think Connie removed an entire band and put in the word January, managed to get that in back stitching, so great, good for you. There were so many different colors and shapes. I couldn't choose very well. Remember, I made a picture for the top of Facebook group because I wanted to kind of enjoy the things that you guys had made. But I couldn't very well leave out, like I was going to only make 3.
But there are so many nice choices.
So I put 6 in. It took me a while actually to make that picture because I have to cut it out. And each one of them was not quite straight. So what I do is in Photoshop is I straighten out those. So if you can take a photograph, if you are proud of your stuff and you'd like to take a photograph, by all means, try and take it like head on so that it's more straight. Otherwise, if it's like this, like the perspective is off and it looks like this on the picture, then I find it very difficult. But I managed. It means I have to select the whole picture, and then I have to use the thing called distort, which actually undistorts it. And then I pull up the sides, and then, does that look right?
A little adjustment.
It's all by eye, so if it didn't turn out quite the same way as yours looks, sorry.
You did your best.
Oh, Kathy Marone says that's what I was talking about. What's it called again? Okay, this one is called Rejuvenate, and it's made by Zensation Athletics. But there's many different ones. This one's a little bit more expensive maybe, but there's other ones as well. This one is called Rejuvenate, and write it down. Oops, am I saying that right? There we go. Rejuvenate, and then I'll show you the other side. I think they call it a roller massager.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Zensation Athletics, or La Athletica. And this one we found here in London Drugs in Canada. So, you know, I don't know what it's like in...
Probably a drugstore would work.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
Walmart or one of those
Mhm.
places. This one happened to be a very, very nice one with a very heavy roller bar ball on top. And it is like a roller ball when you have those mice that have a roller
Yeah,
bar and
yeah,
a ball in
yeah,
them.
yeah.
It's like that. If you have a mouse like that, you can use it.
Yeah. Might not be as heavy, but
You're welcome, Kathy. Well, it looks like Elizabeth is leaving.
Oh.
It's the end of the day for her. It's definitely the end of the day for us as well. We've got still so many things that we
we
have to do.
do. Yeah.
And normally I would have asked you the question of the week, but you can think about it this time, okay? It'll be next time. It says, if you could make a holiday, what would it be like? What kind of traditions would it have? I think that's such a fun question. I wrote down a whole bunch of questions so we can have a question of the
Yeah.
week so you can participate. And I think having a national holiday for stitching, that would be my choice.
Oh, definitely.
A stitching holiday.
Yeah. A day where you do nothing but stitching.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Bird says there's 69 of you.
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, because we're not actually sure. As far as this question is concerned, it's already 20 after 10,
Yes.
and from our point of view, we do have quite a bit of things that we
I
wanted
have
to
to,
do today.
yes, get to it.
Yeah, exactly. Stitching month, yes,
Yeah.
but we're talking about a national holiday or an international holiday. Anyway, make sure that you make up lots of rules for this new holiday
Yeah.
that you're imagining,
Yes.
because there's lots of different
How
options.
you would celebrate it.
Yes, and what kind of cake you would
Yeah.
make, and
That's right. What kind of food you would bring.
I think this is a really fun thing.
I think first on my list for food would be chocolate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You're gonna have a chocolate day. I wonder if there is a
Oh.
chocolate day.
And
There probably
now there's
is.
an idea, National Chocolate Day.
Well, just so you know, before we go, I do want you to know that we will think seriously about a Zoom day.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do a whole weekend,
No.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
But we might do like a 6-hour day
Mhm.
and see if we can come up with some kind of a
theme.
and maybe I can pop one off the top
Yeah.
of my head. Maybe we can do something on that day, maybe the beginning
Yeah.
of May. You know, we might be able
Yes.
to do the May stitch along
Yeah.
together,
Mm-hmm.
which would be
Mhm.
fun for all of
Mhm.
us to maybe do that together.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll think about something so that it'll overlap a little bit with our usual stitch along Friday. Doesn't that
Yeah,
sound good? We
it
might
does.
do it on a Friday. So that's great. Leave Mom alone to stitch exactly.
Yeah. Twizzlers. Coffee. I haven't had Twizzlers in years. That would be my first go-to when I would go to a movie,
Mm-hmm.
was buying a package of Twizzlers.
I know.
Only the red ones, though. I never liked the licorice ones. Yeah.
Now that we know that, we're on our way out the door.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us and for being here the entire time while we chit chat.
Exactly. Nice talking to you all.
Absolutely. Have
See
a
you-
good
yeah.
weekend.
See you next time.